racing out there as well. As we get the green flag at the back, and is that a hand in the air? Sorry, for Robin King. And it looks like the red flag has gone back up at the rear of the grid again. So not sure what happened there, but green flag at the back now, and a thumbs up from Keith, and that is all we need. So green flag at the back, clutches in, all eyes on the lights, which are red. Revs rise, out go the lights, and here we go. And that is a good launch there for the number 96 of Saunders and Coppock, who I can't see the number 88 of Nickel and Connell out there, admittedly. So it's a Formula 2 1-2-3 at the moment. Greg Lambert and Robin King, they lead the way in the Formula 1s, that is, sorry. Of course, Greg Lambert, a former Formula 2 champion, reigning Formula 2 champion, as we have another outfit coming down pit lane. We'll try and pick up a number, and it's a number 28 who's coming down, unfortunately, and that is that of Costello.
I just saw Brian Alaria. Something very strange happened to Brian Alaria. He hooked up the stuff, and the machine turns the beard into the pit wall, basically. I think he just grazed it and he's got going again. He's on the track there. So very weird. It sort of went left and right and grazed the pit wall. But Brian seems to be out there and running. I did wonder if he hit it very hard. Fortunately, he must have just brushed it. So very strange to start there. I think the leader's gone from the pit lane as well there. As Saunders and Coppock lead the way ahead of Lockie and Rostrom. Then it's Bainborough and Rutland. Lambert and King, Wakely and Hughes, Graham Muldoon.
Mike Russell and Alice Smith are out there. I did say that they were absent from the grid, but they are out there. The number 55, they're currently 8th in class and 13th overall, showing us losing 8 positions, but they are out there. So it is a Formula 2, 1 and 2. Greg Lambert and Robin King. That's the first time we've seen Robin King passenger a Formula 1 outfit, and he's out there leading it with Greg Lambert. Interestingly enough, 13 positions gained for Ben Holland and Wayne Stevens as well, and I don't remember saying their name yesterday.
I think they must have been the back of the grid starter there. Also good to see Hancock and Bevan out there as well. We haven't seen them. I think they were with us last year as well. Not quite sure why. We're doing other things. But they're back out there, and they've been on the podium at the end of the season before with us as well. So down they come over the line, and there's Wakely and Hughes now taking up the front running in the F1s, being rapidly followed by Holland and Stevens. Lambert and King have lost 2 places on that particular lap. Bainborough and Rutland also lost 4 places there. Hanks and Kirk were by a couple of Hanks and Bevan. Buchanan and Evans both went past them. So lots of chopping and changing as they sort themselves out, settle themselves down. Alaria and Saunders are showing on the screen, and they are on the leading lap, so that's all good. Not sure what happened to them. Costello and Parker still out there. Yep, they're coming towards us now. So Maria having to start from the pit lane there. That's obviously compromised her performance in this particular race. But again, this is really just a signature event for her to sort things out for the TT. Fastest person on the track, they're 53.774 there for Holland and Stevens. Well, he's now down to a 52.3 for the same outfit as they go purple and green across the sectors there. You also see a faster sector time there for Lambert and King. So lots of chopping and changing still. As Moss with Robinson Windhurst goes ahead of Bainborough and Rutland. And Hanks and Kirk overtake Buchanan and Evans. So lots of battles down throughout the field there. Russell and Smith, as you say, they are running down there in 13th place on that 55 outfit.
Certainly are as they come around Clark Curve yet again. That's Wes Petman and the number 19 machine of Peach and Edwards, but race leader of Saunders and Coppock will be heading towards us any moment now, and there they are right on cue, the white and the yellow of the number 96. Then it is Lockie and Rostrom ahead of the number 14 of Wakely and Hughes. Ben Holland and Wayne Stevens right there with them as well. And that is the 2 Formula 1 outfits, green in colour, making their way up towards Druids at the moment. But you're right, Keith, it is very windy out there, isn't it? It seems to be picking up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the wind affects these big outfits, but I imagine that the aerodynamics are going to get chucked about quite a bit, and they're not the most aerodynamically designed things either, I don't think, the sidecar outfit. We did see Luke Williams a little bit of innovation on his machine, and we also saw a few little trim tabs and that, a couple of other little tweaks appearing on another machine that was testing here on Friday as well. That was the Kirby and Salmon outfit. That's right, they were here yesterday, of course. So a few people making a few little changes here and there. But at the end of the day, get on, ride the sucker. That's exactly what Saunders and Coppock are doing. Over the line now with a 53-8 actually, 54-1 for the for F1 outfit chasing them, which now moves up into second place overall. Still 2.5 seconds away from the lead. That's the Wakely and Hughes. Lockie and Rostrum up next, and Holland and Stevens, no change there. Lambert and King still third of the F1s. And again, the trouble with the sidecars is we're not quite sure who is scoring points half the time, particularly this end of the season, where we mentioned before we get a lot of TT runners and riders who are basically just trying to get a signature. And I know it was busy at Alton Park with the sidecars, because obviously that's the closest place to the Isle of Man, and quite a few of the sidecar outfits are based there. So I think we'll be seeing some quite international field in sidecars when we move to Alton Park in just 3 weeks' time. Not a lot of time for clean break, but it is a matter.
No, definitely not. It's a quick turnaround, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to Alton. As Brian Gray and Frankie Muldoon come across the line, playing chase to Greg Lambert and Robin King. 0.3 of a second is the gap between those two outfits. And on that previous lap, Brian Gray going 0.5 of a second quicker. It's a little bit congested down here heading in towards Paddock Hill Bend. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 all locked together.
Oh, wow.
All Formula 2 outfits as well, interestingly enough, being led by the 113 of Rob Hancock and Basil Bevan.
That's a lot of fiberglass trying to squeeze into a small spot, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way of saying it, really, is there? I mean, trying to go 3 or 4 wide into Paddock Hill Bend on a solo is scary enough, but these things are a little bit wider.
Yeah, there's an awful lot to a sidecar outfit, that's for sure.
So across the line.
I hope Simon Gilbert's okay, and I hope the outfit's okay. I know it's the trouble with these outfits is that they're not cheap. That's the other problem. And if you go whacking ride chassis into the scenery, it does get quite expensive. So if anybody's looking to help somebody, Simon Gilbert, a potential champion in this class, certainly a former champion, he would love a little bit of help. So if you're interested in getting involved, please do have a word with Simon, and any help gratefully received, I think is the phrase.
Absolutely. Just looking further down the order, still that Formula 2 battle rages on as they go up towards Druids. I can see that seems to be the number 83 of Ross Buchanan and Adam Evans playing chase at the moment. But race leader of number 96, Saunders and Coppock, they are leading the way by 2.6 seconds at the end of the previous lap. So fastest lap of the race actually set on the previous circulation by Ben Holland and Wayne Stevens, the number 60 outfit, just coming across the line now in third place through Paddock Hill Bend, and they've made their way through one of the tail enders as well. Purple in sector number 1 on that previous lap. We are on to the penultimate lap now, so this is lap number 9 of 10 as Coppock and in the chair with Saunders makes their way through Graham Hill Bend. There is Wakely and Hughes ahead of Holland and Stevens. That is the battle of the Formula 1, separated by 0.8 of a second, but the second times are coming through now, and it's purple again for Ben Holland and Wayne Stevens, so they've closed the gap by 0.5 second, Keith. They're right on them.
Yep, they've definitely got a bit of a point to prove there. I think you're totally correct. We are running out of laps very quickly. Only a couple of laps left in this race. It's about to be the last lap when they come across to us next time round, which they're going to be doing very shortly indeed. That 0.5 second, I'm going to keep an eye on that gap. Here we come. This time it's down to 0.3 of a second, so they are definitely pushing on hard. And of course, these two are teammates as well, so there's obviously a little bit of a point to prove there, one way or the other. Up the top they go, nose to tail. Back markers are going to be a lay apart this, are they? Down the hill we come. It's going to compromise their exit. Oh, another back marker. Down the inside they both go. I have to say, I think that Holland and Stevens got compromised a little bit there more than their teammates and rivals. Over the line they go. Yep, nobody's going purple there. It did cost them quite a bit of time, around about 0.5 second or so in that one sector. Here we go though into Clark Curve for the last time. The leader, Saunders and Coppock, head towards the line, being chased very hard indeed by those two WPS outfits. Over the line we go, no change at all. But in the end, they are separated. The top three are separated by just 1.5 seconds. So Saunders and Coppock from Wakely and Hughes, Ben Holland, Wayne Stevens there, then Wayne Lockie and Ben Rostrum. Next across the line and picking up another bronze medal for his trouble is Greg Lambert, with Robin King in the chair. Brian Gray, Frankie Muldoon up next. Then it is Moss with Robertson Windhurst in the chair. Hilaria and Saunders, after that absolutely shocking start, have pulled their way back very nicely indeed to finish third in class 8 overall. It's his 8th overall. Bainborough and Rugland, Hancock and Bevan, Thomas and Seatsworth, Buchanan and Evans, Hanks and Kirk, Russell and Smith, Perry and Miller, round at your top 15. Maria Costello finishes just outside of that in 16th place. And gets another important signature for the Isle of Man and a bit more track time under her leathers for in the sidecar.